Oh, baby, it's here. Yes. Yes. Let's go. He's a luchador. I'm a luchador. Happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Standing Out, podcast about sales, marketing, and leadership. I'm Trey Griggs, your host. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there, ending the month strong, and we've got some good plans for tonight. Before we get started today, make sure you check us out online at betaconsultinggroup.com. We're helping companies with their messaging, the words they're using to communicate with their prospects, as well as client testimonial videos. Listen, you need to create social proof in your marketing to help your sales team out. What better way to speed up the sales cycle than to have your customers speaking on your behalf? That's what it's all about. That's what we help customers do. So check us out at betaconsultinggroup.com. Click on that little button down there to schedule a call with yours truly. Tell us your story. We'll help you write yours. Look forward to working with you soon. Also, check us out on social media. You can find me at TreyGriggs24 and Beta Consulting Group out there as well. We'd love to be connected with you and have a little fun online, engaging with your content, having you engage with ours. It'll be great. Again, TreyGriggs24 and Beta Consulting Group. Finally, before we get started today, I got to say thank you to our friends over at SPI Logistics for making this show possible. Listen, if you're a freight broker or if you're an agent or thinking about becoming an agent and you're just tired of all the behind the scenes back office work, the admin type work, and you want to stay in your lane and working with customers and selling freight, make sure you check them out at success.spi3pl.com. They've got the technology, systems, and back office support to help you succeed, stay in your lane, and be successful as either a freight broker or as an agent, whatever you choose to do. Again, check them out at success.spi3pl.com. All right, everybody, it is time to bring on our guest today. This guy is making waves on social media, doing some amazing things out there, and I'm so excited we finally get to have him on our show. Coming to us today from Cowan Logistics, give it up for a good friend, Ben Tschirgi in the house.
Anywhere else I'd be, is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility?
I like the timing of this. This is a well-timed song.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Barbie movie yet?
Oh yeah. I did the actual like Barbie. What's it called? Barbieheimer.
Oh, you
so
did?
I saw it
Nice.
back to back with Oppenheimer. It was quite the experience. It was great.
Barbieheimer. Did you buy two
Yeah,
tickets
yeah,
or did
yeah.
you just swap theaters? Be honest.
I had to do the 2 tickets because you can't do. I used to do it back in the day, but now with the assigned seats, it's tough. You're rolling the dice. You know.
You are rolling the dice, especially with a new movie. If it's full, you're obviously going to get called out. So good call, good play, way to play by the rules, my friend. Nice to have you on the show, man. I've been following you on social media forever, dude. Like we've like crossed paths, but not crossed paths. It's kind of a weird thing, you know? Like we're Salesforce
totally.
buddies.
Yeah, totally. No, I know. I feel like I've been like stalking you on LinkedIn for like years. So to actually like meet you and talk to you is weird. I'm like, no, I'm just supposed to be like seeing you in my timeline as I'm scrolling
Well,
through.
it's shocking that we've never been at an event together. We've just never been in the same room together. We play in the same sandbox. And so it's just kind of odd that it just never has happened. But happy to have you on the show today. Speaking of standing out, man, you are somebody that truly stands out on social media. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. Are you going to be doing anything crazy for Halloween here? Are you dressing up? Are you going trick-or-treating? What's going on?
So normally I'm pretty low key for Halloween, but I was thinking this year I could do like maybe like a depressed, freight worn out like freight broker, but like I think everybody's going to be doing that this year, like that's the thing to do this year. So I'm going to be going, I think, as strong solo Tschirgi, with the sunglasses
Nice.
and
I
just,
like it. I like it. I
yeah,
like it.
little glass half full. Yeah.
Clearly, I'm going as Nacho Libre. I actually, funny story, I bought the mask last year for Halloween and forgot that I bought the mask. So I did not, because we didn't do anything for Halloween last year. Something came up. I don't know what it was. I didn't end up using it. So I've been sitting on that baby for 12 months, and here we go. Now it's time to use it. So pretty excited about that. Looking forward to that. Hey, before we get started, I got to ask you a question. Are you a coffee drinker or a water drinker? We're going to send you one of these for being on the show. We appreciate you being on the show. Which one do you want?
Oh, I'll go with the water. That looks great.
You want black
Always
or
looking
white? We
for
have a
good.
black and a white version. What do you like?
Ooh, I like the black one. Looks pretty cool.
Black version coming your way, man. We're going to send that
That's
to you.
awesome.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate that. Some items from our swag store. We're having a little fun with that, which is great. All right, Ben. So let's get into this a little bit. Fun fact about you. We've already mentioned it one time, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it. You have a knack for creating music videos about the freight industry online. Let's take a look at one of these videos you got here. Let's see if we can roll this video. Let's see if we can play it. This is a TikTok video.
This app so I can track you at all times. I'm not a psycho. I swear I've just been told a million lies. I didn't realize this required a team, and furthermore, there'll be an overlay fee.
Look at this. 2 cameras. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, my wife's a documentary filmmaker, so I kind of.
I was going to ask about that. So your wife is the one who's making that happen.
My wife's got all the talent. I just kind of show up, and I'm like, I know about freight broker
straps and as many chains as you got.
I love it. All right, that's enough of that. All right, that's good. Oh yeah, we'll bring that down at that point. No, that's so your wife's. I was always wondering who's filming this for you. You don't have a selfie stick like I do. That's kind of what I do. I no one wants to film me but me, so I tend to do that. So your wife is the one who's filming, and she's got some editing skills.
Yeah, so I went to film school, like a small liberal arts film school, but we met in college. I thought I was going to be the next great like Martin Scorsese. And then first job out of college, I got fired after I misplaced like a $200,000 camera lens. So it didn't end well. And then so that's what started my freight broker journey. But yeah, that was my dream back in the day.
So you're living some of your dreams out here in freight by doing these music videos and having a good time with that. What goes into it? I've never done a music video before. It sounds like fun. What goes into it? Do you pick the song first and then write the lyrics? Do you write the lyrics and then try to find a song that like how does this work?
Yeah. So when I first did the first couple, it was like I did it the wrong way. Like I was doing like music from scratch and I was like recording everything and I was like,
I remember that.
This is taking forever. So I go with like a popular song. Like I did one for Barbie. I did like, and you just take like a 30-second thing and then it's just like, try to come up with some fun lyrics. Yeah. And that's the way to do it. Those are way more fun too.
The custom songs are pretty tough. Plus nobody's ever heard of them. Yeah, exactly. I used to, you might remember this. Whenever I went on Freightwaves, I would write a custom song or a rap on Freightwaves. I don't know if you ever remember that or not.
Yes.
Which was fun, but it was also a lot of work.
Yeah, to do it right.
You know what actually happened, Ben, and you might appreciate this because you're a creative being. The inspiration would actually show up when I was in the green room. Oftentimes, I would be in the green room watching the guest before me, and like it would just hit, and I would write it real quick, and I would just rock and roll and play and see how it went. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they weren't good. Here you go. Here's a gift. Exactly. That happened quite a bit. Do you get inspired and say, yeah, I'm going to do that? Or do you think through like what's going on in the industry right now? What's the creative process behind that?
Yeah. Some of them I've actually gotten some help from other people. Like I think for that one that you just showed, like it was taking actually comments that people had left on a LinkedIn post and then like taking those comments and like putting them all together. A song. Yeah. So that was a fun one. So like everybody, kind of like it was like a community written
that's
song.
Genius.
Right?
That's right. Because the fans feel like they're part of the song. I know that's right. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius. Which social media platform is your favorite? You're a good follow on social media. I've seen you out on TikTok. I've seen you on Twitter, LinkedIn. Obviously. Yeah. Which one do you like the most?
I like LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been, it's kind of gets a bad rap for being a little cringe or a little. There used to be, I feel like, a lot of just bad content on LinkedIn, but it's really like you know, like people like you, like that just stuck with it and just kept posting and just kept with it. And like, there's some good follows on, in the freight world. I think LinkedIn is a good sneaky one, but I mean, there's a lot of good people on X right now. Like, I think you just had Reed on, he's a great
Yep.
follow.
Yeah.
Like the
He's a
X
great
community,
follow. Yeah.
Twitter community is pretty cool. Is a pretty cool niche.
Let's call it
little
X. It's
community.
Freight
So I
X
like
now.
that. Let's call
And
it X. Okay, Freight X.
the Freight X
We'll go with
community
that.
is solid. That's for sure. There's been some good stuff on there. It's funny. I've been finding a little bit of traction on Twitter myself, just in thought leadership and kind of personal stuff. I feel like it's interesting. Every platform kind of has its thing. I feel like Twitter is really great for threads. Like Craig Fuller always has really good threads from Freight Waves.
Yep.
And news content and stuff like that. It's a pretty fun place, but LinkedIn has been very good to me. Been very good.
Yeah.
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 That is for
And
sure.
especially with like finding out like breaking news, like I feel like I find myself going on Twitter or X.
Yes.
And then
me
it's
too.
like, if you actually want to connect with thought leaders and like those people, those decision makers, that's on LinkedIn. So it's sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, each platform kind of has its own, there's value there in a lot of different ones. You just kind of have
Yep.
to know. And it takes a while to kind of consume it for a while before you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Different strategy for each one. That's for sure. Which one are you not using at all? Which one have you just kind of like, it's not even on my radar?
Instagram, Facebook, like I don't know anything about those.
Yeah. Facebook. I kind of given up on Facebook a little bit. I mean, I know there's a lot of business that happens on Facebook. I know there's a lot of drivers on Facebook.
Yeah.
But the fact that I work with freight brokers and logistics tech companies primarily, I don't
Right.
find as much value out of Facebook. But driver recruiting is huge on Facebook. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that goes on. So pretty interesting when it comes to the different platforms and how they work. What's your story getting into logistics? We all have a story of how we got here. Nobody planned to be here. What's your story? Clearly, you want to be a director.
Right.
That didn't work out.
So after I got fired there from a movie set after the first day of like a.
Were you
like
on the movie
those,
set? Okay, we got to dig into this just a little bit more. You were on a movie set, and you just got canned right there.
Absolutely, yeah. I grew up in Maryland. It was a film that they were doing. It was called Better Living Through Chemistry. It had like Sam Rockwell, Olivia Wilde in it. And I was an unpaid intern they love to hire unpaid interns even more than freight brokers.
There's the connection right there.
Yeah,
from unpaid intern.
That's how I knew.
Like, what other industries have unpaid interns? Where else can I go?
I'm all about that. Yeah. So it was like after one of those days of like working 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. for free. And it was like, the funny thing was I lost the camera lens at like 2:00 in the afternoon. I gave it to the wrong person, but they found it. It all got worked out. And then they let me like keep working and doing like office stuff until like 10 p.m. And they were like, hey, yeah, we're going to have to let you go. Like the producers were like, that guy's done. So after that, I was kind of like, okay, maybe movies isn't like, I don't know, that's not my thing. So I kind of stumbled into sales. I liked sales. And then like my first like full-time job out of college was working at Cowan as a, basically sort of cradle to grave freight broker. And so I loved it like instantly. It was like, whoa, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think you find out right away, like this is my thing or this isn't. I brokered freight for 6 months, and I learned pretty quickly that that's not the best place in transportation for me. It was good experience. I'm glad I did it, but it was not the best place for me. But you figure that out when you try that out. You have to try and find out. And so when you got in there, you were doing cradle to grave at Cowan, and you just like, man, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was like satisfying some like the weird, like, I don't know if it's OCD, ADD part in me where it's just like, I'm going to turn off my phone and just like lock in and from like, 7 to 5:30 and just be like, in the zone and just going. And days were just flying by and it was awesome. And it was great. And then a couple of years into it, you start to realize like, oh, wow, I can't keep it up at this pace. Like, it's just not sustainable. But for the first couple of years, it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, the transportation, specifically the freight broker life, is great from about 22 to 27, 28 years old, somewhere in there. And then you get married, have kids, you're like, wait a minute, this is hard. this is pretty difficult to keep this pace up. That's for sure. So what does keep you motivated? What keeps you excited about being in the industry? What keeps you here?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, what ways because I love the industry. I love everything that goes into it. For me, it's like, how do I keep that passion going? And that passion that other people have, because you see it, everybody sees it. Just like you said, everybody comes in, and at first you either love it or you hate it. But for those that love it, you're like in it and you're engaged and you're loving it. And it's like, how do you keep that from just dying out? How do you like empower people? How do you give people resources to be able to not just crash and burn? And that's what keeps me excited about it. And it's not just for the people that's on our team, but it's also for your customers too. It's like, how do we provide the best experience for our carriers, for our customers, for our people? That's what I've kind of really, really started to love after I kind of got away from the sales rep and got a chance to be a GM at an office and do some other stuff at a corporate level. So that's what keeps me going, is just, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. Nobody said that. The rules don't say like, you have to get burned out at 27, 28. You have to be doing every single thing. You have to be on call 24/7. Doesn't have to be that way. So
yeah, there's something refreshing when you realize at some point that you can write the rules. That you can write the rules for the game that you're playing for your company. You don't have to do it. I was just talking to an event planner recently, and he was doing some events for the first time, and they went pretty well. And you could sense that he was trying to be like other events. Like, I've got to do this and I've got to do that because that's what other events do. And I looked at him, I said, hey, listen, this is your event. You get to write the rules. Whatever you want to do, you do it. Now you got to decide if the audience is going to want that, but you get to write the rules. Like, you actually can do anything you want at this point. And when you realize that, it changes the whole game in terms of how you run your business and what you want to do. You realize I don't have to do everything that everybody else does or how I did it here before. I can do something different and new. To me, that's what keeps it fresh, is the ability to write the rules.
Right. And it's the same thing in marketing too, right? It's like, there's no rule that says you can't do a freight music video for marketing. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe it's a terrible idea. It is.
That's a different question.
but that, like, there's something about breaking the rules, as long as you understand the rules and you understand what your desired outcomes are, and what's your ROI, all these things. But there's breaking the rules is like the best thing you can do. And as long as you're not double broker, but yes.
Right, exactly. Well, I think it's, it's more or less not necessarily breaking the rules, but just understanding that you get to make the rules. That for your company, the rules don't exist unless you say they exist. Like that's what's exciting to me, is writing the rules and figuring out what game we're going to play. Because it's, Simon Sinek says all the time, we're playing an infinite game here. And with that in mind, there really aren't any competitors. There's really no finish line. There's really no like keeping score. Like, we're playing an infinite game, which means that you get to really just like write the rules of how this is going to be played out, which I love that. I think that's really, really interesting. And you should do music videos. The answer is yes to that. You should do music. In fact, how can I get featured in one of these videos? We should do something together.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
All right. You've heard it here, folks. There's going to be something coming out with Ben and I. We're doing some sort of video. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to have fun with that. At some point, we got to get in the same room. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we got to make that happen at some point. Where are you based out of?
I'm in Sarasota, Florida, like Tampa area.
Oh yeah, that's not anywhere near. I was just there.
I'm out there.
I was just there.
Really? Oh yes, Summit. The summit. Yes, I know.
We could have done that. Oh man,
yeah,
that would have been good.
I'll be at F3, but I don't know if you'll be.
I will not. I'll be at Women in Trucking. See, it's just not.
Oh yeah.
It's not meant to be yet, but we're going to make it happen. We're definitely going to make it happen. So, all right. So, Ben, we got to pause for a second, because on the show, we like to have a little bit of fun every time that we get together. And so today we're playing a little game called Would You Rather? All right, Ben, here's what we're doing. We're going to play a little game called Would You Rather. Here's what's going to happen. A banner is going to appear on the screen with a Would You Rather question. And then you and I are going to answer the question. We'll see what we go for, right? So here we go. First one. The first would you rather is, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Oh, whew. I'm going to go 10 minutes. 150 years, that's too scary. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Plus, it doesn't do you any good, right? 150 years from now. I mean, it doesn't help you out. You're not going to be there.
Yeah, 10 minutes. I'll be a I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, maybe I'll turn into a gambling addict. I'm not sure, but 10 minutes sounds more productive.
10 minutes would be, 10 minutes could be good. That's right. Yeah, you could, I mean, think about 10 minutes like, that could be interesting for sporting events, possibly for like,
Right.
something in Vegas. Yeah, that could be really helpful, especially if nobody knows.
Right,
that you
right.
can do
Or
it.
yes, Vegas. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yep.
that could be
Yep.
pretty helpful. I'm with you on that. 10 minutes. Lock it in. Okay, next one. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear? Be forced to sing along or to dance to every single song you hear?
I'm going to say dance. I'm going to say dance to that one because, there's something about like you can get other people excited about but when you start singing, some people are like, you know what, put the headphones in, like, shut up. So I like the dance. Dancing.
Are you a good dancer?
Dancing, yes. No, not
But
at all. But I can get, I can be I can enthusiastically dance poorly or,
That's awesome.
close
That's awesome.
to average.
Can you do the Elaine from Seinfeld? Can you do that number? Are you familiar with this one?
No.
The kicking
sorry.
and the thumbs, the kicking. You're too young. Oh, you're too
I
young
need
for that.
yeah.
Too young. Bad reference. My bad.
Sorry.
Well, you should YouTube Elaine Bennis dancing. You'll enjoy it. It'll be fun. It'll be worthwhile. Okay. I think I would rather. Okay, I'm going to go with sing just because I love to sing and that would be really fun. I already do it anyway, so I'll just say sing. But I like your answer for dance. All right. Would you rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think you can pull off overdressed a lot easier than there's something underdressed for that, nobody's going to take you
Like,
seriously and it's just over.
How underdressed are we talking here?
Yeah, I know. How underdressed are we talking? Maybe your like
Is it-
Halloween costume. Like if you're going around like that to a job interview, that could be tricky, but you can pull off an overdress if you're confident. But then again, if you're confident, you can pull off anything. But I'll go overdressed.
Is this like a Adam Sandler workout shorts and a t-shirt underdress? Because I can pull that off every day.
Yeah.
But if it's less than that, that might not be good. I'm not sure. I would like to try the underdress. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go underdressed.
Okay.
I had moments, Ben, when I was growing up where I forgot it was picture day and I would wear like a summer camp t-shirt to school on picture day. And my mom was like, because I live with my dad. My mom was like, "You wore that for picture day?" I'm like,
there's some
history
something
there.
Yeah, there's something with the Mark Zuckerberg hoodie or like Bill Belichick hoodie look that's like, maybe this guy's a genius, I mean,
That's right.
that's right.
It's people are going to ask, they'll either say you're super poor or you're a genius, and both could be true.
Right.
Who knows? But we could go with that. All right, next one. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? Ooh, this is very philosophical today.
I don't know. I'm a freight broker, so I don't know about being respected. Like I don't really value it anymore. Especially being like in sales and being a freight broker, like I have no respect. That's okay. I'm okay. I've learned to live without that. So give me the power.
Give the power, unlimited power. Let's go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's good. And if you have unlimited power, you could still use it for good, and you could gain the respect if you want. But just because you have a universal respect does not mean you get power.
That's true. That's true.
I kind of like the logic on this one. We're going to go unlimited power on this one. Okay. Next one. Would you rather live in a house made entirely of glass or one with no windows at all?
Oh, for me, definitely all glass. Got to have the sunlight. Oh yeah.
I can't imagine 100%. A house with no glass. Man, although what's funny about that though, is that what do? We build a house, we put a window in, and then what do? We cover up the window with curtains.
Right.
Like we do it to ourselves anyways.
Right.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. I'm okay. No curtain rule. I'll still go.
So glass. A house with no glass, that would be interesting. Showering and changing clothes. That would be interesting. You'd have to be very confident to just, here we go, taking a shower.
You know what?
If you put up great shrubbery around the house.
That's true.
Great shrubbery around the house, maybe. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, it's all about the landscaping. Yep.
Why are we talking about the logistics behind a glass house? Why are we even toying with the idea? All right. Next one. Would you rather live in a world without books or without music? Dude, that's a tough one.
Well,
that's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with I don't think I'm allowed to not take the music route. So I'm gonna have to go without books.
So
now,
do
without ebooks count? That's kind of like, are we saying no ebooks? No, like
I think we got to go
Where
no
do- where
books
do
at
we
all. No
draw the line?
audiobooks, no ebooks, like no
Yeah.
books.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
go-
I
I'll
could
go
survive
no
without books. In fact, the world survived for years without books, but they did have music. So I'd rather have a world without books. Yeah, I go with that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, next one. Would you rather travel the world for free but only stay in 5-star hotels, or backpack and camp for a year with no expenses?
Ooh, for me, I would go backpack and camp for a year. My wife and I, we did one of those conversion van things, and we did a couple
like
trips.
Sprinter van with
Sprinter van.
converted.
Yeah, exactly. My
Do you
wife
own
all
it?
the
Did you
work. I
rent
didn't really
it?
do any
How'd
work.
you did you guys have this vehicle?
Yeah, we bought it for like $3,000, and in true typical freight broker fashion, after my wife did all the work and like made it look really like Instagram pretty, we sold it for like a $2,000 profit. So
nice, well done, and you got to enjoy it.
Made
You
some
got to take
margin
some
on that.
trips in it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well done. That is well done, my friend. We had an RV. We did not turn out quite as good as you on that, but it was fun. We went around and did that. I would definitely do the backpacking camping one. That's, to me, it'd be much more adventurous, better stories. I mean, 5-star hotels. How many of those can you stay in before you're just like, okay, enough? You know, the champagne's right here, the flowers, whatever. Move on. All right, I like that one. Okay, do we have another one? Would you rather? Do we have one more? We do. Be able to teleport anywhere, or have the power of super strength?
Well, as someone who's only been able to ever like bench press the bar, I would go super strength just because I don't know what it's like to be.
Well, you just got to spend some time with Robert Bain. He could tell you what that's like.
That's right.
That's
true.
Logistics.
That's
He could give you an insight into, what super strength feels like. I don't know. I like to travel. I think teleporting anywhere would be dope. I mean, think about this. Anywhere.
That would be cool.
Like you could teleport to the moon real quick and come back. Just grab your oxygen tank, hop up there, teleport right back. I mean, think about this. If we're gonna not like the rules don't apply here. It says anywhere. It says anywhere.
That's true.
Want to go to the space station? Teleport up there, teleport back. I mean, I think that could be pretty dope. I would enjoy that because you could always work out and get some strength. I want to teleport. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right, so that's a pretty good one. Do we have any more of these? Do we have another one of these? Let's see if we have another. Good.
You could be in multiple conferences at once.
Potentially. I don't know if you could. I don't know if teleporting.
Well,
is
you
the
could
same
like
person,
teleport
right?
there and back.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
You could
that's
do
right.
depending
genius
on what event or what. Yeah.
Coming up, I could do women in trucking. I could speak, and then I could be right over at F3, and then right back for dinner. Like, we can totally work that out. Okay. Next one. Would you rather live without your favorite food for a year, or only eat your least favorite food for a whole month?
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
Only eat your least favorite food for a whole month. Oh, I'm gonna go live without the favorite food for a year.
Yeah, because I'm gonna come up with
favorite food for a whole month. That's tough.
No chance. I would just find a new favorite food for a year. That's what I would do. That's easy. Okay. All right. Do we have any more of these? We've done a lot of these. Is there another one? Maybe that's it. That might be the last one. Okay. Well, that is this episode of Would You Rather. Thanks for playing, man. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun on the show to do that. Also, occasionally we like to have a random question, just to have fun, something really crazy, although we've had a bunch of random questions already. Do we have a random question today that we can put Ben through? Oh, we do. Look at this. What smell, image, or sound triggers nostalgia for you? Ooh, this is a good question.
Yeah, okay. For me, it's that. For me, it's like the smell of a new office. So like when I first moved down, I moved from Baltimore to Atlanta for my first I'm gonna be I felt like a true adult. I was gonna be a general manager of our Atlanta office, and like walking into that smell of like a new office was like, oh, okay, I'm here. And so like anytime I smell like that even like a new house smell is kind of the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'm ready to show up for work. Like first day, like I'm getting excited. Like that takes me back.
Dude, smells are one thing, image, sounds. For me, it's music. So anytime I hear music, man, it takes me right back. So I'm going to throw this one out there. Dude, if I hear Digital Underground and the Humpty Dance, dude, it takes me right back to 8th grade, man. Like right back to 8th grade. I can remember right where I am. Like you play that, you would record it on the radio. You're too young for this. You'd record it on the radio on a cassette tape, and then you would just play it. You just over and over again until you learn the words. And that's how we did it back in the day, especially when we couldn't afford to go buy the tape. We just buy a bunch of blank tapes and just record radio stuff. But that takes me right back to 8th grade, man. And that's some good memories. So I could still rap the whole song. It's pretty embarrassing. All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money. Cease, yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound laid down by the underground. Listen, we even have the music. Like, we even have the music as a part of what we have here. I mean, it's this, you just hear this, man, and you're like, right back to it. So for me, it's Humpty Dance, man. Digital Underground is good stuff. So good random question. Good random question right there.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say anymore. That's a solid random question. All right, let's talk a little more about your content. All right, so talk about the secret sauce. What have you found that has really worked for your content? What are some things that have gone viral or done really well for you out there?
I think, and it's probably the content that I like the most to myself seeing are the ones like the crazy, the music videos are fun, and doing like, you know, memes are fun. But I think the ones that it's just like super honest, where it's just like, hey, I'm going to be pretty, you know, transparent here and just like share an experience or share something that happened to me that's really honest, or especially something that's like in the moment. Like those are always the ones that do the best, and they're the most interesting. They're the ones I like too the most.
You're pretty good at sarcasm too. I've
like,
noticed a lot of your content on X, for example. You're pretty good at throwing a little sarcasm out there.
Yeah.
That tends to be a part of your shtick.
Right. And that's fun. And those are always fun to do. And I guess I enjoy that quite a lot, because I do a lot of that. But the ones that usually do the best are the most honest ones, where you're just, you know, you're being more genuine.
Do you feel like you create content for yourself? Like, is it's therapeutic just to put stuff out there, or are you creating it to really try to get engagement and grow a network? Maybe a little bit of both. Like, what's your motivation? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, where it started was I would scroll on LinkedIn or Twitter, not so much Twitter back a couple years ago, because there weren't, besides like Dooner and Craig Fuller, there weren't too many people on Twitter at all.
Right.
But like, you know, I would scroll just anonymously, and, you know, would be looking at stuff, and I didn't really know anything about social media. So for me, it was more of like a challenge when I started. I was just like, I kind of want to, it's something I don't know anything about. So I was just at first a challenge to me. But what I've been surprised at is like the community around it, and like actually networking now for me is what's most interesting, is actually just meeting people and getting to interact with people that you've always, you know, either seen their content or, you know, respected. So to me, that's the coolest part.
Well, you're doing a phenomenal job. I love following you. I love being in the community with you. What are all of your handles real quick? Go through those so people can follow you, obviously on your LinkedIn, but what's your X handle? What's your TikTok handle before we bring this baby in for a landing?
Sure. Okay. So TikTok, you're just going to search trucker.king. So Trucker King. And then Twitter, you're just going to have to do your best guess at my name. So, so BEN and then TS. If you throw in a TSC, like, you'll probably find me. Same with LinkedIn. Like, when you search
Ben
TSC,
T's not going to work. Yeah. Have to get it in there. That's awesome. Right. So your name on X, and then freight.king. Is that right there, you said?
Trucker.king.
Trucker.king. Sorry, Trucker.king on TikTok. Well, man, keep up the good work, dude. I absolutely love following what you're doing. It's great to finally meet you here virtually. We're going to have to get in the same room, do a music video. We already said it. It's out there in the ethos, so we got to do it. We got to make sure that happens, bud. But thanks so much for being on the show today, and appreciate having you around. You have to come back and see us soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Trey. Appreciate it.
See you, man. All right, everybody, make sure you come back every Tuesday for an episode. By the way, happy Halloween. Hope you have a great Halloween out there. Make sure you join us on Friday at noon Central for Word on the Street. Also, we got a new change to Iron Minds. Instead of being at 6 a.m., because who wants to get up at 6 a.m., we're now doing 11 a.m. Central. You can join us whether you can work out or maybe just join the conversation. We're doing that live every Monday, 11 a.m. Central on LinkedIn, on YouTube as well. And we also have The Edge coming up every month, the first Wednesday of the month. So make sure you join us for that. The next one's going to be tomorrow, November 1st. We're going to have The Edge going on. And again, next Tuesday, standing out, we got Daniel Powell of Alto Dynamics. A lot of good things happening. And again, a big shout out to our friends over at SPI Logistics for making this possible. We appreciate them. Visit them at success.spi3pl.com. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.